Football League report for week number 4.
Woo!
Yeah, that's Lone Woo is my lone help today. Trainer,
Yep.
Devo traveling, Joe traveling, uh, Kevin
Maybe nobody else
interested but
listens,
busy.
right?
What's up?
It's possible that nobody else listens.
It's very possible. We'll assume nobody listens. Were there any announcements?
There were no announcements.
You know what? I feel like the GIFs and like the message board is pretty much ongoing announcements.
It's a good point. You think we should retire announcements?
It's kind of possible.
All right, I'm behind that. All right, announcements. Consider announcements retired. Sorry, everybody that's been sending them in.
Yeah,
so
if you want
consistently.
announcements, then send something in. But it seems like everyone's doing their smack talking or their announcements.
Yeah, I'll interrupt if there's an announcement.
The GIFs. Okay.
I
All
tell
right,
you,
so don't be shy, people. What?
I said I miss Devo.
Yeah, his energy, his insights.
We're gonna have to
his
really
new
bring
leadership.
it. Yeah, we're gonna have to really bring it. You want to start off with the results of our bets? Me and Devo had a bet.
Sure, might as well. Let's get those off the top since he's got those sent in to you here.
So I bet Devo last week that you and Joe would score more than 150 points.
Yeah,
you
that's
guys
how much
scored 138 points. You are garbage.
we are garbage. Not even, right?
What's that?
131.
131. Oof. Yeah, not good. I should not have put my faith in you.
No, that's why I'm not confident I can bring it today.
Yeah, I feel like we had another bet, but I can't find it now.
LeGarrette Blount, wasn't it?
It was something about LeGarrette Blount. I think it was that. Like, I can't remember now.
I don't know why it was that he would score under 12.73 or something crazy. I don't remember that stipulation.
Yeah, that was. God damn it!
So I don't remember what you exactly said about LeGarrette Blount, other than he wouldn't do well.
Yeah, that doesn't even seem like something I'd bet against. Maybe I think that was probably a fever dream we both had. I can't find proof of it anyway, so
caught up in the moment.
Yeah.
Okay. So those were your 2 bets, right?
Yep.
That was disappointing for the me versus Joe bet.
Yeah, I had some faith in you, and you've proved why I should not have.
You shouldn't have let Devo talk you up to 150.
Yeah. I know. At first I was gonna bet. Well, he wanted me to bet that you'd get under 120, and that's pretty crazy. Although I guess I wouldn't be shocked, but
120 is closer than 150.
Yeah, and then I think go back and listen to it, right? I was wrong.
It's okay. All right, we'll talk about matchups and how shitty they were later. The standings now currently in the league. At the top, we got Bustafooligans 3-1, 470 points, leading in all counts.
She's very happy.
Yeah, there's a lot at the top. 4 3-1 teams, but
yeah, I'll tell you, first experience, Caitlin is pregnant not only with a baby but also with pride for being in first place.
Fantastic! Congratulations to her, to Mama Fooligans. Second place is Pokebutts, also 3-1, 440 points. Still putting up. Zoe Deschapelle's in third place now after a loss to Bustafooligans. 429 points only. Yeah, it's a drop from first to third now. And working their way up, 3-1. Rheumatoid Randallitis is in fourth place.
Right.
With meager 386 points.
Not so meager. Maybe not the most, but not the least.
That's true. I would know meager. I'm looking down at Barry and Joe from it.
Yeah, you'd love 386 points.
That's true. I was looking more at the dominance of 100 points the first 4 weeks on average because there's a certain somebody that's been doing that. That's down by me, though.
Yeah, that's true.
In fifth place, the top 2-2 teams, No Lives Matter.
Yeah, genocide
Very,
slipping.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, she was. Yeah, we were digging her team in the last
Well, she had a
episode.
tough
We
one
all
last
about it.
week. She had to play the pokey butts.
That's true. I still think she pooped the bed, didn't she?
Oh,
75.
she did real. Oh, is that who she played last week?
Joe got more points than her. That's Joe.
Yeah, that's a good point. She had a rough one.
Uh, so yeah, after that, sixth place is for Gay Sex called a Real Devo, 2-2. Seventh place, Stone Cold L, 2-2. And Mifael English, 2-2, with 300 points.
Yeah.
Some real squeaky wins.
Yeah, he scored 55 points this week.
Yeah, I scored more points than him.
Yeah, that's not good when Stasel's doing better than you. I mean,
Especially if I'm doing so poorly.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that 9 of the 12 teams are 5-0 or over. So the bottom 3 are just getting feasted on.
Pretty much. Well, nobody's undefeated either. That helps.
That's true.
Everybody's lost by the fourth week. That's pretty crazy, actually. I feel like we usually make it a little bit further than that, but maybe not.
That's true. And no one's running away with it. That's for sure.
Not yet. People
Although
are definitely running away from it.
yeah, that's true. There's been some pretty awful stumbles at the bottom.
Sure. some holes that they're still digging.
And my God, Joe has 272 points through 4 weeks.
I know.
That is not good. Is that like 70 points a week on average?
Getting close to being doubled. I don't know. It's got to be close to it.
And it's pretty rough. It's less than 70. I think 70 would be 280.
Yeah, it would.
So that isn't oof.
Yeah, the nose drugs. But still doing better than 2 other teams in our league.
That is true.
3 other teams. Trapezoidi, Bungus Barn, 1-3, 407 points.
With
incredible.
Like the 4th most points. Yeah.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah, that's just unlucky, I guess.
For sure. Or else he just put up a crap ton of points one week. Jacking It to the Future, also 1-3. And then, me, butt drugs, 0-4.
Brutal, man. Do you have anything to say about your team?
I still maintain that besides playing Joe, my first 3 matchups were probably I think they, oh no, who didn't I play? I played Caitlin, Kevin, and Jenna. So I didn't play.
But then Joe.
Yeah.
I feel like this should have been your comeback week.
I
this is the week
right?
you get to play the Browns.
Yeah, I know.
You stumbled, boy.
It's like one of the members of the team died or something this week, so just real going with a real low energy to start. When Andre Hopkins just crapped all over. Yeah, I mean that's the matchup. We'll get to that later. Shall we look at the league pick'em?
Certainly. I think we had a pretty good turnout this week, right?
I finally did it. Oh, and Caitlin did it.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I guess 2 new additions is 3 lollies.
Little suspects at the bottom, but
it's true.
At least we got everyone else involved.
Yeah.
Wow, Joe picked 5-1. That is really impressive. Well, you want to go through it?
You break it down. I just hollered at the standings.
All right, gladly. Amanda is in first place right now, 15-9. She went 3-3. I'm tied for first. I went 4-2, and I was very proud of that 4-2.
You're second first.
Yeah, I'm second first. I'm not apparently not as good. I don't know what. I'm guessing alphabetical order. Yeah, I don't know why.
Right now, 4-2.
4-2. Yeah, I had a pretty good week. The Not as good as Joe, but this is a tough one. I feel like looking back, I thought that there was a lot of upsets.
I felt pretty good, and I went 3-3, so it's not good.
Yeah. Let's see. Draftkey went 3-3 this week. Devo 2-4. That is brutal. And
He's
he probably picked
garbage.
himself, and he won, right? So, wow,
Probably, you hope so.
what a fool. Andrew is in fifth place. He went 3-3. Joey, not good at fantasy football, but pretty good at pick'em, 5-1. Let's see, Barry with the Stasel Award. He's batting 750 right now.
Barry's killing it.
In seventh place, went 4-2. Caitlin actually did not pick this week. She must have picked last week.
That's right.
And Stace, for the first time, joining the party, 3-3.
Yeah, I did
500.
it last Wednesday when we recorded. Maybe I'll do it Tuesday tonight.
All right.
I don't
Then
know
we
when I'm
got
gonna look at this again.
Kevin in the wards, not participating.
Like always, protesting.
That's right. Let's take a look at these matchups.
Yeah. That seems like a good idea. That's what we usually do.
I'd love to hear you start talking about you and Joe.
All right. I get it. It was not a good matchup. It was not projected to be. Yeah, lots of drugs, butt drugs and nose drugs.
This will put you on the air program, if nothing else.
Exactly. This will teach you to avoid drugs. Because they were not good this week to anybody. Yeah, I lose 56.02 to 75.74. Real barn burner there. For me, Kirk Cousins was luckily playing the Browns and still did not hit his projections. But 18 points is definitely what I would hope from him, at least. And then DeAndre Hopkins, number one pick, can't get 1 point.
Yeah, what happened there?
We played that tough divisional Tennessee defense, I guess. They must have his number after a few years now.
Just triple teaming him, making him do it another way.
Yeah, throwing to Will Fuller constantly.
I guess so.
Give it. I don't know. Yeah, Amari Cooper for some reason. Oakland, he's like a decoy now or something. Crabtree and Seth Roberts or whoever under Roberts. Roberts keeps catching all the passes on Oakland. Not Amari Cooper. I'm really sad about that. Mark Ingram actually is a shining star. He's had a slow start, but actually beat his projections. The only person on my team. And yeah, I don't know. The rest of my team was garbage. Dude Johnson Jr., Dwayne Allen, Blaine. Well, that's right. I forgot I started two tight ends on accident, so I just put them in.
An accident? Who would you have played normally?
It was the only thing I really had. Maybe Mahomes to new.
I mean, I think they were your best options.
Yeah, they certainly were. Yeah, my kicker was good, and then my defense hadn't gone yet. I picked up Green Bay's defense in the afternoon.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Joe, we were talking about the Pittsburgh matchup, and Joe kind of joked that I might be better off playing the Green Bay defense, and I kind of agreed with them.
While they're on a bye?
2 points. Yeah, because they still got more points than the Chiefs. Like Pittsburgh was at home after getting spanked by the Eagles, and they just got Le'Veon Bell back. It was like basically you knew they were going to score a shit ton.
Yeah.
I should not play with them.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, you're on drugs. Butt drugs.
Can't help it. Yeah, so then for Joe's team, not tons better.
No, not at all.
Really just had. I think you and Devo were talking about that Andy Dalton and AJ Green could have like 40, like half the points or 40% of the points or something.
Yeah. I mean, I think I probably said they could have like 70% of his points.
They got half of it at least.
Yeah, I mean, that's not shocking. That might happen all year. I mean, if he has to play the backup running back on Detroit, Detroit's backup running back. Previously, Detroit's third running back. I mean, dude, if his best players are Dwayne Washington and Cameron Artis-Payne, I don't know who that is. He's the backup to Fozzie Whitaker? Yeah. What is he doing?
He calls him Cap.
And Joe has nothing else on his bench.
Yeah. We were talking about how terrible his team is, and now Josh Gordon is like suspended indefinitely again, right?
Josh Gordon is in rehab.
But didn't he get suspended?
Yeah, he went to rehab. He had to go to live-in rehab. And they were like, yeah, I don't think so. And they cut him.
Oh, they cut him?
Yeah.
Wow, damn.
I mean,
that's for him and everybody.
Yeah, Josh Gordon, I can't listen, if you have to rely on a player that was previously suspended indefinitely, your team's not looking great.
Yeah, that's not a strong strategy.
No, it sure isn't.
Yeah, so Joe's team,
this is a garbage fire. This is awful.
He had Jerick McKinnon also do well. And Hunter Henley's tight end, but yeah. Our teams are not good. Luckily, the Bengals played Miami.
Yeah, I mean,
Miami is garbage.
Yeah. If listen, do I think he could get? I think he maybe had a better week than he should have at 75 points because AJ Green went kind of wild, 173 yards and a touchdown, and Jerick McKinnon had almost 100 yards and a touchdown. And his tight end, what's this dude's name? Hunter Henry. 61 yards and a touchdown. I don't think you can count on all of that every week. And the rest of his team did about as expected, I think. So I think So I think 75 is maybe on the high end for Joe.
I was talking about trading DeAndre Hopkins and Arian Foster for AJ Green. So then he tried to trade me Hopkins for Jeffrey.
Yeah,
I was like, that's not AJ Green.
Yeah, I think Joe is reaching out for trades maybe. So maybe see if you think you can help him out, hit him up. I don't know how. Yeah, I mean it's a tough year for running backs, man.
I need to turn my gold into cash here.
I'm sure. Gold for cash, cash for gold.
Yeah.
And Stace, I'm sure, could do the same. So if you could turn DeAndre Hopkins or Amari Cooper into two players.
Two okay players.
Yeah, then I'm sure he'd be happy. So reach out.
Dumpster fire sale.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, as long as you don't mind it singed, you can have them.
Yeah, that's enough on this loser of a matchup. Matchup of the week.
Yeah, what's the all right? So we went from the worst matchup. I think can we go to the best matchup?
Sure, Caitlin and Kevin.
I think it's pretty clearly Caitlin and Kevin.
That was a really good one.
Yeah, Caitlin won 117 to Kevin's 107. On Caitlin's side, she had Russell Wilson coming back after every game of doing kind of shitty. Really took it to the Jets, coming across the country, taking it to the Jets for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Antonio Brown, 2 touchdowns and 64 yards. Doug Baldwin, no touchdowns and 50 yards is fine. CJ Anderson, 50 yards and a touchdown. DeMarco Murray, over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. She didn't even have to play a tight end that was active.
Clearly.
Julius Thomas not playing. He was playing the morning game, I believe. And that'll throw you off when someone's playing in a different continent. Frank Gore, keeping this up. I'm frankly blown away by Frank Gore. 15 points this week. 68 yards and a touchdown. I thought that was a pretty shitty pick. I think she picked him pretty high. Listen, man. What the hell do I know? Frank Gore is killing it. And then her special teams, Seattle's kicker and Minnesota's defense. Minnesota's defense, maybe number 1 defense right now?
Probably.
for fantasy. I mean, they're
Could be cheap. They just went crazy on Fitzpatrick.
this is their first week they've scored under 10 points. They have 2 weeks scoring over 20 points. So
Nice.
it's pretty sweet for her. And Seattle's kicker, getting over 10 points. And then on the bench, she left Isaiah Crowell, who infuriatingly has been doing pretty well this year. His lowest yard total is 62 yards.
Nice.
And he has 3 weeks with a touchdown.
That's crazy.
It really is crazy. So yeah, Caitlin has 3 excellent running backs. Man, that's really got to piss off the rest of the league. And she's just hanging on to Vance McDonald. She's got plenty of room on her bench for more. So yeah, she's looking pretty damn good. On the other side, Kevin had a great week, 107 points. Julio Jones breaking records, 300 yards and a touchdown. Can't ask for any more than that. LeGarrette Blount has maybe fallen to earth. Maybe it's the shutout. But man, they still gave him the ball constantly. So I don't know what to say about that. I'm sure if they were not getting the shit kicked out of him the entire game, he probably would have found the end zone. But to be honest, in a shutout, 58 yards for a running back is actually pretty good. So let's say LeGarrette Blount keeping up a great year. Andrew Luck just under 20 points in the brutal loss to Jacksonville in London. TJ Yeldon. TJ Yeldon didn't find the end zone, but over 100 yards. And that is not indicative of how he's been doing this year. So we'll see if he can keep it up. Greg Olson, 15 points, a touchdown, 70 yards, and a 2-point conversion. He's still rocking Tavon Austin. Has that paid off so far? Maybe 1 week it's paid off.
Last week.
That's right. Yeah, I suppose he has a few things. He's a little bit on his bench. I am surprised he's still playing Tavon Austin. And then his special teams, Baltimore's kicker and Pittsburgh's defense, fine, hovering around 8 or 9 points. On his bench, he left Matt Ryan, who could have put him over. That Matt Ryan to Julio Jones connection, he got 500 yards and 4 passing touchdowns. And even with a pick six, he still scored 33.5 points.
No, that's crazy. 33 points.
It is pretty crazy.
Isn't that -4?
Sorry?
Pick six -4?
Yeah. Well, minus, I think it's -6, right? Oh, no, it's -4 total. Yeah. So that's pretty crazy. And he's got a lot of injuries on his bench, so it looks like he does not have much depth. So we'll see if Kevin can hang on, but he's looking pretty great so far. Steve Smith, he maybe should have put in as well, 100 yards and a touchdown.
He was crazy in that game.
But yeah, I mean, this is an exciting matchup. 107 yards, or having 107 points and still losing. You got to give it to Kevin, or you got to give it to Caitlin. This was a bullshit loss for Kevin.
Sure was. Especially considering she didn't play tight end.
Yeah,
and she had most points in the league still.
That's right. That adds to the injury or the insult.
Adds to her dominance.
That's true. All right, you want to talk about what did you pick last week? Who did you think was going to win?
I'm pretty sure I picked Amanda over Andrew.
Ooh, I'd love to hear you talk about that one.
I know, because I think I felt pretty good about it too.
I know. I'm pretty sure I picked Andrew.
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize. So Stone Cold L, 85.58, gets a 20-point shellacking from Jacking Into the Future, 109.5 points basically. For Amanda, Diego had a great defense, but he fucking struggled, even though they won somehow. I guess I don't remember Mark Ingram having a bunch of touchdowns either. Maybe he did. Larry Fitzgerald, not the superstar he had been quite so much. Losing to the Rams, I don't know. I don't know if I really liked him so much. Emmanuel Sanders did well with Tampa Bay, got a touchdown. Sean McCoy did probably better than I thought. Theo Riddick just 5 points. Travis Kelce, man, what did I like on her team? Looking at this shit now, I'm like blown away as I read all this.
Probably
This team's been
Theoretic, right?
garbage.
You thought Theoretic was going to go huge.
Probably against the Bears. Yeah, Edelman, man. Cincinnati, Miami, that was good. I guess I just thought Drew Brees was going to do good. Man, let me look at the fucking Andrews team then. Stafford with the Bears, man, he did terrible.
Yeah.
Jeremy Maclin.
What happened there? Did you watch it?
Not much of it.
Yeah, I didn't watch the
no.
Bears. I would have
Yeah.
thought this would have been much more high scoring. I'm kind of surprised that the Bears won. I thought Detroit was at least able to score a bunch of points.
Yeah, I don't know. Chicago, it was a home game. So, I don't know.
Okay.
I wonder how they'll do in Detroit later on in the season. That might be more high scoring. Yeah, so Jeremy Maclin at Pittsburgh, do all right. Cole Beasley doing it at San Francisco. I guess Ezekiel Elliott went pretty nuts against San Francisco.
Yeah, both his running backs.
And Matt Jones for Washington. Yeah, I guess I didn't. Well, did I really pick Amanda?
Let me double check for you while you're talking.
I'm looking. I can see it on my screen right now. Looking at the matchup, it says that's my pick.
Yeah, you did not take Amanda. Devo took Amanda.
What? No, I took her and pick on that.
Yeah, you didn't pick this game.
I didn't pick it.
No, not in this one.
Oh,
Looks
nice.
like Devo thought Amanda would win. You didn't even touch this game.
Okay, good. Because yeah, man, Jordan Reed is what's his nuts? Kirk Cousins' favorite target. It looks like.
I mean, he's good.
He's really good.
He's doing it all year.
He's got the passing and rushing game for Washington on lockdown. That high-powered Redskins Washington football franchise team.
Yeah.
Offense. And then Michael Thomas was one shining star in the New Orleans passing game. Almost gets more points than Drew Brees himself.
Yeah, stealing those points.
Yep. Thanks, Drew Brees.
I'm surprised he didn't play Jamal Charles. It shows a steady hand.
Steady hand at 1-3.
Well, I would have played him.
I hear you. Well, I think they were talking about easing it back in. I'm sure.
Even still, your number one pick?
Heard that chatter.
I guess he's not his number one pick. All right, fair. Your number two pick? I don't know. At least as a flex play, I think I would have put him in. But obviously, it was smart of him not to for 7 yards and nothing else.
Yep, pretty easily won. But still a good matchup.
Yeah.
Just more good players for Andy's team to get him over 100.
Let's see. I picked AJ. So I could talk about that one.
The totally blown out matchup of the week.
Yeah, he really took it to Barry. I think he may have been an upset. I think he may have been an upset in this match.
Yeah, he was 1-2 and Barry was 2-1.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
There was also people's lock, wasn't it?
Possibly. I think he was actually my lock. Let's see. Yes, he was my lock. Man, me and you both picked yourself as an upset, and I can't believe we were that short-sighted.
My team made good matchups.
Oh, Stace,
DeAndre Hopkins was playing the Titans.
I hope I've learned my lesson with you. Bringing any kind of positivity to you and your terrible team just brings me down.
I know. That's why I feed off your hatred.
I know, right? I'm going to start picking against you and see if you can't turn the ship around.
I'm going to have to start antagonizing you more.
So, yeah, AJ, a pretty good lock for me. He had well, let's talk about Barry first. Barry scored 55 points. He scored even less than Stasel. Just barely, but still less. Barry had Phillip Rivers. I kind of hate Phillip. I always hate Phillip Rivers, but he did okay this week against New Orleans. Can New Orleans stop anyone? Do they only have blowouts now?
I think so.
Yeah.
Shootouts. Yeah.
320 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and an interception for just under 20 points, which is great. Odell Beckham couldn't do anything. Nobody could do anything against Minnesota. Not like it mattered on Monday night. Tyrell Williams, number two wide receiver in San Diego, 40 yards. Oh boy, I keep wanting to say Chris Sims, but I know it's Charles Sims.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Chris Sims is he an announcer?
That's Phil Sims. Chris Sims is his son, who was also a
Oh.
quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers briefly.
Ah, geez. All right, Charles
And
Sims in Tampa
probably some other
Bay.
teams. Yeah.
Um, Man, that's rough. His running backs are Jeremy Hill and Charles Sims. Man, Charles Sims was his best option. That sucks, man. Um, well, there it is, though. Charles Sims lost a fumble and never rushed for over 40 yards, so 1.5 points. Jeremy Hill, 70 yards, which is, great. No touchdowns, though, so just not enough points. Kyle Rudolph, I believe, is his lone touchdown on his team. Oh, no, Carolina's defense got a touchdown in the 48-33 blowout. It's Kyle Rudolph, a touchdown, 55 yards. Willie Snead, 23 yards. Willie Snead, wasn't he supposed to be huge? He's kind of falling off the map here. Maybe he's hurt or something.
I think it's had way too many people.
And Gostowski, suffering from that stout Bills defense.
Yep.
And actually missing. I think this is maybe his third missed kick this year. Maybe second missed kick.
Oh shit.
So maybe that classic Gostowski number one kicker is I don't know, maybe moving on.
James gonna have to upstate his theory.
Maybe. AJ scored 133 points, so it's not like anyone on his bench would have mattered, but he did have Orleans Darkwa back up on the Giants, go for 48 yards and a touchdown. Michael Floyd got himself a touchdown and 36 yards, and Will Fuller 20 yards, 20 points for 81 yards and 2 touchdowns. One of those touchdowns a return touchdown. I bet you wish you picked him as your first pick instead of DeAndre Hopkins. Huh?
He's a poor man's DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, well, the rich man's DeAndre Hopkins got you less than a point, so.
I know. I'm not talking about the return on investment, just the cost.
There you go. On the other side of the ball, it couldn't have gone any better. Even with Rob Gronkowski only getting 11 yards, his number one pick. Ben Roethlisberger, 5 touchdowns and 300 yards for 34 points. That's pretty crazy. Brandon Marshall, 89 yards and a touchdown. Demaryius Thomas, 94 yards and a touchdown. Carlos Hyde, 80 yards and a touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, still am curious why he continues to play Giovanni Bernard. Although this week, I suppose it was about as good as he could have done. Whatever, 42 yards, pretty hilarious number of yards. Michael Crabtree had a coming out day, 3 touchdowns, 88 yards.
Dude, Crabtree's been sick all season. 10.7, 9, 10.2, 26.
He's been good, but 3 touchdowns in a game? That's
3 touchdowns
crazy.
is insane.
Yeah.
3 is a lot.
Yeah, man. So
every one of them on the red zone, and every time when I thought it was Amari Cooper, every time it was not Amari Cooper.
Oh man, I told you should have picked Michael Crabtree and Will Fuller instead of DeAndre Hopkins and Amari Cooper. That would have been a smart play.
Yeah, but what do I know?
Looks like, he really just stealing your points here, Stace.
Pretty much.
Strong defensive play from Matt Prater, Detroit's kicker, and Denver's defense. Got to play the Bucks, so that's going to work out well.
Nice.
And he made all the right choices. Really no one on his bench. Suppose he should have played Martellus Bennett, but who could have predicted that? The only bright spot on the Patriots that day.
Yep. 100-yard receiver.
Yeah.
Killing it. Yep.
So you also picked, let's see, you picked Devo?
Did I?
Yeah.
I got that correct. Look at that.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
was your one correct.
Pokebots, 90.7 to 75.24 points, taking it to No Lives Matter. So yeah, so he had Cam Newton have a rough week. Still got a 15 though.
Hey, this was a pretty weak game also.
I kind of thought Atlanta's defense would be shitty. I think Cam I thought would do better. Uh,
Didn't he get hurt? I think he got
he
pulled
did
out.
also. Yeah, he got smashed pretty hard. That's right. Good call. Yeah. Mike Evans. For some reason, Vincent Jackson was catching a lot of balls, so Mike Evans not seeing it a bunch. Jarvis Landry, yeah. I mean, both of them decent yardage, but no touchdowns. And then his running backs, Lamar Miller just 100 yards. Melvin Gordon, there we go, a couple touchdowns. Got him up into the high teens. Nothing from the tight end so much. What's his Jordan Howard? Oh yeah,
The new
he's like
starter
the new starter
on the
basically
Bears.
against Detroit. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good flex play. And then kicker and defense got him 17 points combined. Blair Walsh and Houston's defense.
You know what, Stace?
Yeah.
I have some hot takes on Devo's team.
Okay.
I don't want to batter him while he's down, but all of his players are on bad teams.
Okay.
Tampa Bay, Miami, Houston, San Diego, Detroit,
Yeah.
Chicago. I guess the Eagles are okay. That's pretty much it. I don't think he can keep this up. And one of his players that was doing really well was D'Angelo Williams.
That's true. But he's got
I
Jordan
think
Howard for now. That kind of fills in
he's got
nicely.
Jordan Howard, but it is still the Bears. I'm not sure he's to be counted on. I have a feeling he was going to be evening out here over the next few weeks.
It's very possible. If not now, once Jordan Howard goes away.
Yeah, definitely when Cam Newton gets put on injured reserve.
That's true. Scoop up your quarterbacks now, people. Second, third, fourth stringers, whatever you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good matchups. And Jenna's team had Eli Manning against the tough Minnesota Vikings. Brandon Cooks definitely thought we're done better. Like I said, I didn't see New Orleans getting taken down, or just not even taken down. They won 35-34, but fucking Drew Brees just sucked.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
They did spread the ball around with all the running backs because Mark Ingram did well, but not crazy. Let's see. Travis Benjamin doing nothing. David Johnson against the Rams, 10 points.
Yeah, Rams beat the Cardinals? What is going on?
I don't know. It was I don't know. Who the fuck knows?
I'm looking at Jenna's matchups. I would have picked Jenna again now, knowing the outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy Graham, not that hot. He did better than I thought he would. Latavius Murray I didn't really like so much because, I mean, they still did well and actually won going west to east, which is tough to do sometimes. The West Coast teams don't do well in the Eastern time zones.
I mean, 180 yards. That's pretty good.
For who?
Le'Veon Bell?
Oh, Le'Veon Bell, yeah. That's a good
flex. Oh, who did you say? You say Latavius Murray?
I was saying Latavius Murray, yeah.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah. Le'Veon Bell, yeah, 17 points, just a crap ton of yards coming back. Eased in pretty nicely against Kansas City. Ready to go there. And then good defense and special teams.
Yeah, I think maybe she just got a little unlucky here.
Got some, well, I don't know. Travis Benjamin was tough to say if he'd keep doing it. Eli Manning just had a shitty matchup.
Yeah.
Davis Murray didn't have a good matchup.
No, I guess that's true.
Jimmy Graham did better than I thought he would. So I don't know. Just some different people did worse than I thought, I guess.
Yeah, I'm
He's gotten better.
surprised. Who was Oakland running if it wasn't Latavius Murray?
I
No, he
wasn't
had
running anything.
eight rushes.
David Carr had like a shit ton of points, and
Oh,
Crabtree
really?
had 3 touchdowns.
All right, well, maybe he's coming back to earth.
So Michael Crabtree did it all, basically.
I guess they didn't need to run.
Nope, they just need Michael Crabtree.
Well, all right. Moving on, I'll talk about me versus Nick. This was a kind of a barn burner for a while. I ended up coming out on top, 93-78. I had Blake Bortles. I had a Stern talking to him last week on the podcast.
Yeah,
and he came back for me.
it's good. You responded well.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad he responded well to criticism. He knew that Tom Brady was hot on his heels, so he knew that he had to show a little something before he gets replaced.
Yeah, that's why I got that rushing touchdown to make you think twice.
That's right. Rushing touchdown, 2 passing touchdowns, and only 200 passing yards, but enough for 26 points.
Get you rushing touchdowns?
He rarely does. We'll see this week. Maybe it's going to only be rushing touchdowns because that offense was not moving last week. Kelvin Benjamin did almost nothing all game. I kind of lucked out with a touchdown and 40 yards. I think he got most of that at the end. Marvin Jones, 74 yards. Todd Gurley, man, he's as hard as he's trying. They are really struggling, and he is. I still think he's awesome. I mean, they give him the ball apparently he only has like a 2.2 yard per average run.
Yeah.
But they just give him the ball so many damn times. Between his rushing and receiving yards, he still racked up 82 yards with no touchdowns. But we'll see about him. He's good enough to stay in the lineup, that's for sure. Devontae Freeman kind of coming through at the end with a touchdown. Touchdown at about 65 yards. Gary Barnage, the nose drugs, dirty laundry, just getting tossed out on the street. 57 yards. It's as good as I can hope for where I have no tight ends, so that's good for me. Tyrell Pryor, maybe I got myself a rough gem. No throwing yards this week, but 46 receiving yards and a touchdown. I'll take
That's
it.
nice.
Pretty good. Yeah.
10 points on the nose.
That's right. And then very average defense. Really nothing on my bench. I pretty much put in the best players. What's that?
Said you forgot about his -6 rushing yards.
That is true. Tyrell Pryor, -6 rushing yards. That must have been a sweep or something. Yeah, I got a couple on by, but really nothing going on the bench. On the other side, Draftkey did okay. He had a few disappointments. Deshaun Jackson only got him 5 yards against the Browns. That is not good. I don't know what you're hoping for, but it's not that. And Colby Fleener, only 19 yards. And Matt Forte couldn't do it against the Jets, only 43 yards total. Seahawks stuffed him, stuffed his 31-year-old ass. His fill-in quarterback, Dak Prescott, Dak Shepard did fine. Win in San Francisco. 18 points, I think as good as you can hope for, right? I mean, that's about average these days for quarterbacks.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. 250 yards, 2 passing touchdowns. Number 1 pick, Allen Robinson, touchdown, 55 yards in the win against Indy. And on the other side of the ball, almost the same, a touchdown and 42 yards from T.Y. Hilton. Christine Michael getting it done where nose drugs trawls just cannot do it. Touchdown and 80 yards, 90 yards. And then again, really nothing too much to talk about. Adam Vinatieri getting it done in London for 12 points, and Draftkey with his multi-defense strategy picked the wrong defense. He had Arizona going against LA, and he had both LA and Arizona's defense. LA's defense got 17 points. Arizona's defense got 5 points, and of course he played Arizona's defense. Can't fault him for it. but numbers don't lie. Maybe he's going to start playing LA's defense.
We can only hope.
And then I think we got one more.
Oh.
And that's got to be... No, that's it. That's the last one, huh?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So moving on to next week.
Heck yeah.
So I'll give you the update from Devo.
Oh, right. Pick them.
Yep. Stace, you picked... I guess he usually does this before, whatever. You picked, real quick, Draftkey, wrong. That was for your lock. That was -1.
That's me?
Yeah, it was you. You picked Draftkey for your lock. You son of a bitch. See what happens when you pick against me? You picked yourself for your upset. That was wrong. That was 0 points. And you picked Devo for your wild card. That was 1 point. That gives you 0 points for the week.
Nailed it.
Devo picked Caitlin for his lock, which was a point. That was right. Draftkey for his upset. That was wrong. 0 points. And Amanda for his wild card. That is 0 points. That gives him 1 point total for the week. And then for me, I picked AJ as a lock. That was right. I foolishly picked Stasel as an upset, which was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And Caitlin for a wild card, which was right. So that gave me 2 points on the week. So for totals, we're looking at me in first with 6 points. Devo in second with 5 points. And Stace bringing up the rear with 0 points.
Killing it.
So let's see if we can let's see if we can do better this week. We forgot. God damn it, we forgot to talk about matchups.
Oh yeah, that's all right. We can just take a quick look.
All right, good.
We've got. I'm just gonna see my matchup at the top. So Bud Drugs versus 4 Gay Sex calling the Real Devo. We've also got Travis Lady Bungus Barn going up against Me Fail English. Stone Cold L against Rheumatoid Rambleitis. Pokebots Poke Butts versus Jack Into the Future. Zoe Dave Chappelle versus Nose Drugs. And Busted Fooligans against No Lives Matter.
Well, we have some pretty obvious locks with whoever's playing the drugs. And I think maybe for the first matchup, for the first wild card, I think the girl on girl Mama v Mama Bustafooligans versus No Lives Matter seems like it would be a pretty good one. They both have quite a few buys this week, but you know Caitlin's got plenty of depth, so I'd like to nominate that one. Why don't you do that one, Stace?
All right.
I'll keep an eye out for another one.
All right. In the Mama v Mama action, Bustafooligans first in the league against a somewhat surprisingly sliding No Lives Matter 2-2 in 5th place. Oh yeah, real rough projections, 74-60.
A lot of holes though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. That's not their teams. Old Rusty Wilson's on a bye this week with Doug Baldwin, so that pair, that's a tough winning pair. People like that, but then I guess you get it over with. And Julius Thomas, who she doesn't need anyways, is on a bye. She's got Vance McDonald. Great. She's got Ryan Tannehill versus Tennessee, and he's home. That's not too terrible. And then who else? Oh, Doug Baldwin, another receiver. Vincent Jackson. That one, maybe.
It's tough because nobody has their lineup in right now.
Yeah, but I mean that's like all she can play. I think Antonio Brown. Is this week? Yeah, week 5. Okay, yeah, they're playing the Jets. Okay. C.J. Anderson versus Atlanta. Michael Murray at Miami. And Frank Gore, home to Chicago. If she's a kicker, oh shit. Stephen Hauschka might be available soon. Minnesota's defense, home to Houston. Damn, yeah, she got some good matchups. She needs a kicker, obviously. And yeah, I don't know nothing about scares me. For No Lives Matter, Eli Manning at Green Bay. Oh, she's got Brandon Cooks and Jimmy Graham and Seattle's defense on a bye. So Cleveland Coleman's still out, and yeah, she's lacking some. Mike Reeves still out. Looks like No Lives Matter might have to make some moves earlier in the season than she'd like to.
Ooh, do you think that's going to happen?
I hope so. Probably. What else is she doing? Running around after the baby? I don't think she's working.
I hate to interrupt you here, Stace, but I'm afraid that the next best matchup might be me versus Amanda.
Okay, I believe that.
I might have to do myself as a wild card.
Oh, give it to Devo.
Or we can give that one to Devo. I'll keep looking.
Yeah. So yeah, for No Lives Matter, I trust that she'll make these moves. And then she needs a tight end and a defense. She's got Zach Ertz, which is nice, and Philadelphia's defense, both coming back from byes. So she's set there. She just needs another wide receiver that's not injured. Bummer. Yeah, she does. She got lots of running backs, though, so that's definitely good for her. She got, Travis Benjamin hopefully has a better week at Oakland. Oakland doesn't seem to stop anybody, I don't think, so it should be good. David Johnson at San Francisco. Like he's got to be better than he did last week. Oh, Latavius Murray, home to San Diego. Again, I think he'll be better than last week. Le'Veon Bell. And yeah,
he's a stud. And the Jets suck. The Jets can't do anything.
Really pathetic lately. And then, whatever, Graham no kicker. So, Jenna's definitely got some good players, decent matchups. I really liked a lot of Caitlin's team. Caitlin's got the players on her bench already. Jenna, I assume, is going to make the right moves, I guess, but I think she's got a little bit less good matchups. I could see either one of them winning for sure, but without knowing that she's got somebody else to plug in, I mean, I guess she has till Sunday.
You know what? I'd like to give her the benefit of the doubt. It's been a while since I think she always has a full roster.
Yeah, so she'll play somebody. I just don't know who it's.
I mean, there aren't a lot of tight ends. Although she has a decent tight end backing her up. Well, what does she need right now?
Brandon Cooks to be replaced. All her wide receivers are injured.
Yeah, there's a lot of wide receivers out there. I could see her getting that done.
Yeah, man, this is a close matchup.
Yeah, it's a good one with all Caitlin's players out, and no Antonio, or she does have Antonio Brown. Excuse me, no Seattle.
Yeah, she's got good subs though, but
yeah, I don't know though, because she needs Vincent Jackson is her wide receiver to replace Doug Baldwin.
Yeah, he might do all right. He did.
Is that pretty good
this week?
Yeah, but
I
mean, well, I don't know. It says he got 38 yards.
Yeah, I was wrong. Hopefully she finds
that's
another
not so much.
Too.
And then Ryan Tannehill, I don't know if you can rely on him. Last week he got 8 points.
Tennessee's not good either.
That's true. It says Tennessee. Well, it says Tennessee gives up the 7th fewest fantasy points to QBs.
Really?
That's what it says. I like this as a wild card matchup. I think it's a pretty tight one.
I got you. Man. Yeah.
You want to think about it while I talk about I picked a wild card.
No, I was going to take Caitlin. I think I'll stick with it.
Caitlin? All right.
Yeah.
I think that's yeah, I think that's
close.
I agree. Caitlin, all right. All right, so we're giving Devo the matchup of me versus Amanda, and I think we gave you the top of the cream of the crop. I'm going to take the scum out of the bottom of the barrel. I'm going to take we're going to do Draftkey and Stace, or excuse me, Draftkey and Barry. I feel like is the next best. Yeah, I feel like that's the next best matchup for a wild card.
Okay. Yours.
And Draftkey has Allen Robinson and Christine Michael out, on bye, and Barry gets Eddie Lacy back. So, and Barry's the favorite here, and maybe with good reason, although it is Barry, so you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Draftkey, let's see. So Draftkey's got Aaron Rodgers. Aaron
Coming off a bye.
Rodgers, sorry?
Coming off a bye, too.
Coming off a bye, that's right. Aaron Rodgers gets to play the Giants. I feel like that's, they're easy to score on. T.Y. Hilton gets to play the Bears. Let's see. Matt Forte has to play in Pittsburgh. I don't know. Does Pittsburgh have much of a running defense?
Maybe. I don't think they have a good pass defense.
It looks like he has nobody to replace Allen Robinson with. Oh, I guess he could play Deshaun Jackson and then put somebody else in for his. So I'm going to assume that he's not picking anybody up, although I have a feeling he'll pick somebody up. He's got to play. So Deshaun Jackson's his wide receiver replacement. Oh my gosh, no, he does have to pick somebody up, and then Rashad Jennings is going to replace Christine Michael, and then I guess he has to play. I don't even know who this dude is. Smallwood, Wendell Smallwood, on the Eagles. Nice. Well, he rushed for 7. Wow, did he replace Ryan Matthews?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I don't know if Ryan Matthews might be coming back though. I don't know, but Ryan Matthews is injury prone, so I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, I missed this hot Eagles news, so let's assume that he's playing. So. All right. The Eagles running back I've never heard of playing in Detroit. I don't know. I guess they have a rookie quarterback, right? So they need to keep running and keep him honest. So I don't know.
Drop somebody else like Dak Prescott or something.
Yeah, I think probably, but there's no running backs out there to pick up. So maybe he'll find himself a wide receiver. But that still means he has to play Rashad Jennings, which nobody wants to say that. Is he even in? Oh, he's not even definitely coming back. Whew. This is a rough week for Draftkey.
Sure is.
Yeah, he's definitely got some holes to fill, so we'll have to see how he does that. He's got Dennis Pitta playing at home against Washington. Is that right, Dennis?
Yeah.
God, I hope that's right. Okay, good. Deshaun Jackson playing in Baltimore. Indy's kicker against the Bears, and LA's defense against Buffalo, who torched the Patriots, but I still don't love their defense or their offense. On the other side, Barry's got Phillip Rivers projected for only 16 points against Oakland, and apparently Oakland you can have your way with. So maybe that's better than projected. Odell Beckham Jr. is going to be looking to come back in prime time on Sunday night in Green Bay. That should be an interesting one to watch. Will Fuller in Minnesota.
Finally seeing some action. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know if I love that. That's a tough one, I think. I mean, I guess you have to hope that DeAndre Hopkins is getting like triple team, so Will Fuller opens up. I guess I could see that happening, but Minnesota's defense is like shutting people down.
I was going to say you'd hope for garbage time, but they seem like the type that would just not stop.
Yeah. And then Charles Sims, he has to play again in Carolina on a Monday night. They still have a good defense, even though they're not doing great. I wouldn't want to be Tampa Bay's running back playing in Carolina. That doesn't seem great. And Eddie Lacy against the Giants. Is Eddie Lacy back to, being the stud that he used to be? He's still a little shaky. So I don't quite. They're projected for 10 and 11 points, and I don't quite trust that. Kyle Rudolph is playing in Houston. That's negligible. Jeremy Hill has been demoted to flex status. That's got to hurt Jeremy Hill. He's playing in Dallas again, projected for 9.5 points. His projections seem a little higher, maybe unrealistic. I think so. And then he gets New England's kicker in Cleveland and Carolina's defense at home against Tampa Bay. I do like that. And then I think he's pretty much got who's playing. I'm surprised he's not playing Tyler Williams again. Well, I don't know. I guess Will Fuller, maybe he's the real deal. This is a pretty tough one. I think the obvious choice is, I mean, it's crazy to say, but the obvious choice might be Barry with a few holes on DraftKings team.
Yeah.
But he is Barry.
Yeah.
That is an undeniable fact. He scored 55 points this week with almost the exact same team.
Yeah.
I could see him. I think this is a tough one. But I don't see.
The real question is, do you think Will Fuller and Eddie Lacy make the difference?
I mean, I know, right? Because they still have tough matchups.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any cake on DraftKings side. And with, he's going to have to play maybe a backup running back or like a long shot wide receiver. Oh gosh, it's hard. I'm going to take Barry because even though I think Charles Sims, Eddie Lacy, and Jeremy Hill are all projected to go higher than I think they will, he still has Odell Beckham Jr., right? One of the best, if not the best, wide receiver. And I think Phillip Rivers is maybe projected to go a little low against Oakland.
Yeah.
But I can see this being a close one. Lock it in. I'm putting Barry. Barry is my wild card.
Nice. So the other matchup you were saying was you versus Amanda?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good wild card. You want to talk about it for Devo?
I'd love to. All right. So let's see. Right now, she is 2-2. You are 3-1. You're projected to get more points as well. You guys both have players playing. Nobody. Your roster is complete, I guess.
Yeah, I my roster is set.
Nice. She's got Derek Carr, home to San Diego. It could be, well, I don't know. Drew Brees just struggled with the Chargers. Who the fuck knows? Larry Fitzgerald at San Francisco on Thursday night. Emmanuel Sanders, home to Atlanta. Emmanuel Sanders, I like. Larry Fitzgerald, maybe not so much. But I mean, maybe he just had one off week. But I don't know. Not a fan, but that's just me. LaShawn McCoy at LA. And Theo Riddick, home to Philadelphia. Man, those are not particularly great.
I mean, LaShawn McCoy is always going to be good,
Yeah. It's a tough matchup for sure.
Theo Riddick on the other hand.
She's got Zach Miller at tight end at Indianapolis. Julian Edelman at Cleveland, which is pretty good. Really good for her. She's got New England's defense at Cleveland. You might be going for another shutout after getting shut out themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they'll be taking it serious.
Pittsburgh's kicker. Yeah, she's got Breeze on the bench, Kelsey on the bench.
I would like to note that she has a running back that is not on a team. She has a running back that is not in the NFL on her bench. Yeah.
Yeah. He's not on the team anymore?
No. He was cut.
I see that.
And not picked up.
Why don't we? Huh. Crazy, huh? I think I got Terrence West in some league.
Say that again?
It's a good thing I got Terrence West in some league.
Not in this league, because Terrence West is on the waiver wire.
I know, that's a shame. Yes. Oh, yeah. She's got some people off and injured. For Trainer's side, he's getting Tom Brady back. Is this really a wild card?
This is the next best wild card. The rest of them are things like
me versus somebody.
Yeah, you or Joe versus somebody. I mean, you could do the next best one might be Devo versus Andrew, which is previewing my upset. But it's the second place against the 11th place. I mean, that's a pretty crazy wild card. But if you like that one better,
Let me take a quick peek.
I mean, because my team,
I don't even know what's on your team though. Either.
my team rarely scores over much over 90 points. I've had
Did you get 100?
just an okay year.
Okay, well, I'll finish this. That's fine. I just was looking at Tom Brady and getting excited, I guess.
I mean, remember, he hasn't played for 4 weeks, right? So last time when he was injured and he came back, he was out for the season. No, it wasn't when he was out for the season. Well, I mean, the year after he was out for the season, he came back and he struggled. I guess that was probably the last time he was out.
It's probably because of the injury, not because of not playing.
It's possible, but I mean, but listen, my inside sources say don't expect huge things from Tom Brady this week.
Okay.
You know, a decent, okay performance is maybe in the cards.
Okay. Marvin Jones Jr. home to Philadelphia, and Jordy Nelson home to the Giants. Those could be pretty good. Jordy Nelson for sure. Todd Gurley home to Buffalo. Shut out the Patriots, but I guess they didn't stop Garrett Blunt from running, so Todd Gurley could do all right, I'm sure. Devonta Freeman at Denver, don't like that so much. Man, Atlanta just put up a crap ton of points on Carolina, so who the hell knows?
Yeah, I'm. Jonathan Stewart is not definitely out yet. He might play, so I would maybe put Jonathan Stewart in against Tampa Bay if it turns out he's playing. But for now, it's Devonta Freeman's game.
And Gary Barnidge home to New England. That's okay. Kelvin Benjamin wins the wide receiver flex game this week. I think Kelvin Benjamin's going to outperform Terrell Pryor and Sterling Shepard. Huh?
I'm going to wait for I'll see what the rankings say, but I think so. I mean, Kelvin Benjamin is a huge talent.
For sure.
I think the only way he doesn't score a lot of points is if they just completely take him out. You know what I mean? If they triple cover him all game.
Or they run a bunch.
Yeah, or they run a bunch, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think in the NFL now, can you win just from running?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. And Kelvin Benjamin is just so good. I'm a big fan.
Nice.
I believe in him.
Clearly. Dan Bailey, your kicker, Dallas' kicker, and Washington's defense. Washington at Baltimore.
Yeah, that is a streamer from last week. You may see a different defense in there tomorrow, but
okay. Good thing to keep in mind. Yeah, so looking at the two teams, I definitely.
Well, you don't have to pick this one if you don't want.
Oh, that's right. I was just breaking it down for Devo.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so he gets to pick.
Well, who do you think is going to win? You don't have to pick it, but who's your favorite here? I am probably the favorite. Yeah, I'm the favorite.
Yeah. I'll take you.
Yeah, you'd take me?
Yeah.
All right. I have found my upset. It is a true upset. And I'm picking Andrew to upset Devo. Andrew's in 11th place. Devo is in 2nd place. And let me explain myself.
Okay.
Yeah, let me explain myself. Well, first of all, there's not a lot of great options for upsets unless you really believe in Stasel or Joe.
Hooray.
Which I can't say I do. On Devo's side, he's got Cam Newton playing against Tampa Bay, projected for 25 points, but he's not even definitely playing. I guess he has a long week. They're not playing till Monday night. As of right now, the note says the coach has no idea whether he's going to play or not, and he had a pretty nasty concussion. Has been really getting the shit kicked out of him. So Yahoo thinks he's going to play. I'm not so sure about that. And even if he does, I don't know, man. He's getting knocked around pretty hard. Although Tampa Bay is not going to do much to stop him. Mike Evans in Carolina again. They have a pretty even without Josh Norman, a still good defense. Jarvis Landry, I don't think is a gimme every week. I think he definitely has the potential, but I wouldn't guarantee it. And Tennessee is right in the middle as a defense, so they're not a gimme defense, but they're not the stoutest. Lamar Miller though has to play in Minnesota, and they've been fortunate. Melvin Gordon gets to play in Oakland. I do like that. He's got a tight end I've never heard of, Cameron Brate, Buccaneer. I mean, he's on the Buccaneers, and I've never heard of him. I think that says enough about what I think of him. He's playing Jordan Howard in Indy. I think that's fine. I think that's good. He's still, this Jordan Howard guy is young, and I don't know, man. Who's the guy that he's replacing?
Jeremy Langford.
Jeremy Langford did pretty great when Matt Forte was out last year, and you see how well that's going this year. So yeah. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just beginner's luck, like Jeremy Langford was. But I mean, I think he'll still do well. I don't think much of Indiana. And then he's got Minnesota's kicker against Houston. Good team against a mediocre team. I do like that. Maybe a bad team. And Houston against Minnesota. And they have a J.J. Wattless Houston. Devo's known for streaming defenses, though, so maybe he picks up a defense tomorrow. We'll have to see, I guess. And then I don't think he has much on his bench. Stefan, so his name's Stefan Diggs. He could put in, although I don't think he would, because I think he likes the wide receivers. I'm guessing he likes Jordan Howard. And he could put Eric Ebron in Detroit's tight end over this Brate fellow from the Bucks, but I suppose he's probably picked who he likes. I think Devo's looking good. He's looking fine. I think the questions about Cam Newton and having to play so much Carolina and Minnesota this week is enough to kind of knock him down a little bit. And on the other side, Andrew has Matt Stafford playing against Philadelphia, who apparently have given up the fewest fantasy points to QBs. But I mean, Detroit really has no choice. I think they have to throw it a shitload. And hopefully they're throwing it to my boy Marvin Jones. He's playing Cole Beasley. That sucks.
Did you look at this matchup?
Yeah, he had he has Ezekiel Elliott. Listen, good luck finding an upset, all right? That's all I have to say. I challenge myself to not pick one of the wild cards. So yeah. I'm counting on Devo underperforming and Andrew overperforming here. Okay. Let me skip over his wide receivers. He's got really nothing going for both of his wide receivers, which is troubling, but yeah, I'll just leave it at that. It's troubling.
Mike Wallace has been surprisingly good, I think, though.
Is he?
16,
he is
16,
not.
3, and 6.
Yeah, maybe somebody was out those first two games. I don't know. I guess he's touchdown dependent. But yeah. Washington is, I don't think, anything to be scared of. The fifth most fancy points to wide receivers. So there you go. Mike Wallace has a chance. Yeah, Cole Beasley. That is not great. That's bad.
Well, if you got your Mike went out of buying Becker is injured, I guess would probably be his first two options.
There you go. Whatever. I predict that Jarvis Landry or Mike Evans will have a rough game. Probably Mike Evans. Jarvis Landry gets to play Tennessee. I'm starting to talk myself out of this, but I think I'm going to stick with it. Ezekiel Elliott gets to play Cincinnati.
He's going to get like 100 points.
He's kind of struggling, and he just rolls. And Matt Jones is playing in Baltimore, which is not great. I'll admit it. It's not great, but he is getting more and more touches every week. Jordan Reed is playing in Baltimore. Jordan Reed he's the man over there. So you gotta love him over a tight end I've never heard of. He's got something on a bye for his flex. So let's see. Let's go to his bench to see who he would play. Most of his bench is injured or on bye. He can't put Carson Palmer in there.
Jason Witten.
Yikes. Is Jason Witten a reasonable? Jason Witten might be his best bet here.
Possibly.
Or Kenneth Dixon, the rookie who has never played. Ooh, with a knee injury. All right, so let's assume he's got a. God, I don't know if I can pick this. This is not looking great.
You don't have to, I guess. Still, you can change your mind.
I might change my mind. I'm not sure. You know what? I didn't look at it that closely.
Wait, I changed my mind. Devo's my lock.
I'm not picking Devo as my lock, but I have to change my mind. I can't do this. I'm sorry, Andrew. I tried so hard. But you're playing Cole Beasley. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry, Andrew. I think Devo's gonna win. Oh man.
Yeah, your lock.
It's not my lock, but I think Devo's gonna win. Well, back to the drawing board. I could pick a lock right now. I mean, there's a couple of easy locks.
Yeah.
You want to pick a lock? I don't want to hear who you think is a lock first. AJ?
I haven't looked through any of the matchups yet. Hang on.
It's pretty easy to look at.
So we
Would you pick AJ as a lock against yourself?
Oh. I don't know. Probably.
You don't have Mark Ingram playing this week. Your only player who does anything.
Is that my only player?
He's the only one that did anything last week.
Yeah, that's the first couple. You're thinking of Delaney Walker. No. Yes, yeah, his team's probably a lock.
I'm gonna pick AJ as my lock.
Then go for it.
Okay. Stace has Mark Ingram out. And he has everybody that you've already heard about in. I mean, nobody's worth talking about except for DeAndre Hopkins has to play in Minnesota. That sucks. Amari Cooper has a chance against San Diego, I think. But even if Amari Cooper scores 30 points, I don't think Stace has a chance. And Delaney Walker, I suppose, could have a chance in Miami. Are you really going to play two tight ends again? Dwayne Allen and Delaney Walker?
Probably not.
You have Randall Cobb coming back.
Yeah.
All right.
He's back to do more nothing.
So that's okay. But then there's nobody else. Yeah, this is more of a vote against you than a vote for AJ. On AJ's side, he has Gronk, who you got to think one of these days Gronk's coming back, right? Let's assume it's when Brady comes back. Still puzzlingly, he's still playing Giovanni Bernard instead of Tevin Coleman. But I assume that's going to keep up. But he gets to play Brandon Marshall against Pittsburgh, they're going to have to throw it a ton. And who else are they going to throw it to, right? Ben Roethlisberger gets to play against the Jets. That's a cake. Demaryius Thomas gets to play against Atlanta. I think he'll be fine. Carlos Hyde gets to play in a short week against Arizona, who's struggling. Yeah. And Michael Crabtree gets to play against San Diego. We'll see if he keeps stealing touches from Amari Cooper head-to-head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is a lock. I don't think I have to explain myself anymore.
Nice. All right, fair enough. Let me look at Joe's matchup so I can not have to pick myself. So that's Zoe Dave Chappelle versus Nose Drugs. For Zoe Dave Chappelle, he has got Andrew Luck versus the Bears. Julio Jones at Denver. Steve Smith Sr. Home to Washington. Is he really? I guess this is. Well, he must have changed his lineup. He did.
Yeah,
So
he
he's
did
not.
change his lineup because he's got Doug Martin in there, but
Matt Ryan's playing Denver. That's why. Okay. Yeah.
wow, he's
So
projected for 96 points with Doug Martin getting 0.
yeah,
That's pretty crazy.
yeah. Doug Martin is questionable. He's got no other player right now to play there. If Doug Martin can't go, but yeah, he's got Garrett Blunt at Cleveland projected to go crazy. Greg Olson home to Tampa Bay. Devontae Parker home to Tennessee. And Justin Tucker, I guess he's been kicking a crap ton, and the Redskins are not good. And Pittsburgh's defense versus the Jets. Man, he is projected to do pretty well. His team is pretty loaded.
Yeah, I think it might be a little heavy though. Maybe Joe's a sneaky upset. Oof.
Oh, let's see. Nose Drugs has Andy Dalton and AJ Green at Dallas. And he's got Alshon Jeffrey at Indy. Okay. So far, so good. Jerick McKinnon against Houston might be all right. Although I didn't see what they did necessarily. We got a lot of points this week. Nice. And Ryan Matthews, who should be coming back, it seems like. So he's got good running backs.
Yeah.
Ish. And then Ryan Matthews. Yeah. Oh, Hunter Henry is his tight end. Who else does he get? Nobody?
He's got nobody, but there's some options.
He's
And Joe makes a lot of moves.
Drop. Yeah.
I don't think Hunter Henry's even playing this week, right? Isn't it the other dude?
Probably. I don't know. And then he's got, oh gosh, I mean, I'll just
Quincy
and
Enunwa.
And Yunwa.
I liked him a lot. I was going to pick him up.
Nice. All right. So Jets wide receiver. Fitzmagic target. He needs a kicker and Baltimore's defense against Washington.
Yeah, I think he'll probably roll with Baltimore's defense, right? Haven't they been doing pretty good?
I don't know, but Washington's been scoring quite a bit.
I mean, they had a rough week last week against Oakland, but otherwise 6 points, 12 points, and 12 points, although their high scores were against the Browns and Jacksonville, so that doesn't say much. But
not really. Man.
You know what? I'm going to take you've convinced me, Stace. I'm going to take Joe as my upset.
I was just going to do that.
Nice. You can also do it.
I'm going to do that too, because,
right.
there's probably not a lot of good ones.
The upsets are light this week.
Who else do we need to talk about then? At least one more, right?
Well, you still need a lock. I've
got all mine filled in.
You picked Caitlin as your wild card. You picked Joe for your upset. I picked AJ as my lock, Joe as my upset, and Barry as my wild card. So we have not talked about. No, I think that's every. Is that everybody? I think we talked about everybody.
Okay. Yeah,
nice.
I didn't really talk very long about me and AJ. But you picked AJ as your lock, right?
Sorry?
Did you pick AJ as your lock?
I did pick AJ as my lock. You can go ahead and pick him as your lock. It is a great lock.
I'm not going to steal all yours. What was... You had Barry over Draftkey, huh?
I had Barry over Draftkey.
Okay.
You could pick me. Me against Amanda.
I'll take Draftkey as the lock.
Draftkey is your lock, all right.
All
right, and we'll get
Devo's
picks, yeah, next week. Really, Draftkey is your lock?
I don't know. It seemed like a good idea.
Right on.
I believe in Draftkey.
All right, cool. I love it.
All right.
Well, that's it for the week, right?
Week 4 podcast for you guys. So
yeah, everybody get in your picks.
Claims, pick 'em picks,
Yeah, talk your
Roster
talk your
set.
trash on the gifts. Do you know what the betting the bet is for this week?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not in it either.
I mean, I just don't know what it is.
Oh well, I'm relying on you here for an update.
I haven't
Next week
seen
we'll
it.
get an update.
I'm relying on the person running it to keep me updated.
That's a good point. All right, well, we'll get an update from Devo next week.
All
All right, it's good.
right.
Good
That's it.
week, boys.
Yep. Till next week.